What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. It is your boy Cheeseburger Eddie, as always. Hope you guys are having an absolute fantastic day, and wanted to jump in today's episode and provide not only some content and some entertainment, but also just one of the most important videos I think I've ever provided as far as a Minecraft tutorial goes. So stay tuned and make sure you guys are you are absolutely clicking that like button, subscribe to the channel, because we're going to be doing so many more redstone tutorials, just basic tutorials on everything Minecraft, and probably going to be expanding our horizons eventually. But wanted to do a little sneak peek real quick of a hidden staircase. Now this build, it is not mine. I'm not taking credit for it. Who I got the idea from was Diggy. Pretty popular Minecraft YouTuber, I guess. He has quite a following and a lot of viewers tuning into his stuff, so you might have seen this before. But it's something I wanted to show real quick because I was actually really interested to see how it works. And basically, I'm not going to go in depth on how you do it. If you want, you can pause the video, you can rewind it, and you can go right back into how it's made. Very simple, very easy, especially if you're in creative. So definitely make sure you guys tune into Diggy, BLENDIGI. My guy, some great builds. He has some great videos I watched, and that's just what we're about, man. I want to make sure that I'm providing that kind of quality content on my channel. So if anyone wants to tune into anything else, tutorials. Today we're doing an iron farm, for goodness sake. And this iron farm it's pretty complex compared to some of the other builds I've made on this channel before, but it's simple enough where I think you guys can follow along, and you can do this in survival. It might take you some time in survival though, just because of all the the villagers that you have to kind of grab and make sure you have along the way. That's the only thing I think that would take a good amount of time in a survival type game mode. But anyways, it is a very fun, it is a very time-consuming thing to do. But as all of you guys know, iron is of the utmost importance. You know what I'm saying? I almost lost my entire traction of thought right there. But it is of the utmost importance to have iron, not only for your weapons, not only for your armor and whatnot, but also if you want to have some nice looking stuff around your place, and also all the small things that you have to have a ton of iron for, like hoppers, cost you 5 iron ingots. So instead of going out and mining a million pieces of iron, get yourself a little iron farm going, and boom, you're gonna have an absolute fantastic automatic AFK, away from keyboard, iron farm that you can just have so much iron you won't have any idea what to do with. Again, if you guys want to see how to make this again, you can just slow-mo the video, you can rewind it, pause it. It's a super simple build to put into a house. You know what I'm saying? If you have some redstone, you have some sticky pistons, just a secret door or a secret staircase to heaven, you know what I'm saying? Or if you're in your building, have it, boom, you're done. Now, I also found out this part, which is pretty cool. You can put a painting on the wall, put an item inside that painting, like a diamond sword, and if you spin it or click on it, like I do in a moment here, once I figure out what I'm doing, once it spins, it takes out portions of the wall. So boom, 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 and boom. So it can keep going up and up and up and up. So anyways, if you guys like that type of stuff, if you want to continue seeing some crazy tutorials that I won't even get from other YouTube channels, maybe me and my buddies will go into Minecraft survival or creative and just go into crazy build mode to provide you guys some absolute insane ideas for your worlds. If you're getting some value, if you're getting some good stuff from this, I need you guys to show me some positive vibes. Anyways, here we go. The iron farm, the AFK away from keyboard farm. Follow these steps, follow the instructions. 4 high. Now this is going to be built out of stone. You can build it whatever you want, I guess, but I'm going to make it out of stone just to make it as simple as possible. It's got to be 20 stones all the way around. So 20 one way, 20 the other way, 20 square footage, or I don't know. 20 blocks, 20 blocks, 20 blocks. Just keep that in mind. Now, once you do this, you're going to want to start, I counted out for you. So again, if you need to rewind the video, if you need to go slow, because it took me some time, this video, and I'm in creative mode, man. It took me some time to figure out how to do this. But again, it is not that hard to do, especially if you have the know-how. And I'm here to provide you guys all that right now. So now build up another 2 layers, boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to show you guys this part because, you know what I'm saying, when you're on the grind like I am, when you're trying to provide everybody the amount of absolute amazing builds that we are here on the channel. You know, you got to enjoy the process. It's the journey. The what is it called? The journey is the destination. You know what I'm saying? That's number one. Next, make sure you have some leaves on the top of your build. Now that's only so no mobs spawn on top of your iron farm. That's just the important thing from that. Now here, make sure you follow these exact measurements. So what is it? 1, 2, 3. You want to make sure the exact measurements. And it should look exactly like this. You're going to put one of these in every single corner. Now the reason why is because when you put water on top of these things, it's going to spread into the middle, and you're going to have a little spot in the middle that's not going to touch, or it's not going to hit. So make sure you are following these exact measurements. I believe it is 5, then 3, then 1 on each side, going further out from the middle. So make sure you're doing that. Now, if you're in survival, I recommend making yourself a little well or a little water haven spot you can grab it from, instead of having to go all the way out to a water source that might be far away. Anyways, since I've been creative, I can just spray it down. So put it in the corners of each spot on this little AFK iron farm build, and boom, it should spread, and it should make a little diamond or a little spot in the middle where it's not touching. Boom, perfect, absolute fantastic. Amazing. You gotta leave a like for it. Next step, you gotta start hitting the water in the little middle spots here. Hit every block in the middle. Boom, 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 boom. I accidentally did that spot. Shouldn't matter because it's not gonna hit the middle, but boom, 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 boom. And then what it's gonna do after you hit all these spots in the middle, it's going to turn into a 4 or a 2x2 square. So it's gonna be 4 blocks in the middle that are gonna be right there for you to do what's called mining. Take out those 4 blocks, boom. And this is going to be where all of the iron goes to when you build it out. So once you build out this little spot, you want to make sure you come down here. As you can see, make sure you put 3 blocks, and then on this side, you're going to dig down 3 blocks. So you're going to go 1, okay, come on. 1, 2, 3, boom. And then build out on towards the outer side, 1, 2, as tall as that's all it needs to be. Or you can go, just get all the dirt out. Just get all the dirt out. And then once you can, you jump out of there, and boom, that is going to be where you get your actual stuff. So you got to have a hopper, you got to have a chest, a big chest, a large chest, so it can contain all this stuff, and that's important. Next thing you need is a rail track, or railroad track, whatever you want to call it. Put it on top of the hopper, and make sure you have what is it called? A cart hopper? I don't even know what these things are called anymore, but it's got to be this thing right here. Boom. Put that on top, and that's what's going to sift and collect your Minecraft with hopper. That's what it's called. Minecraft with hopper on top of the track on the hopper that goes into the chest. This is a lot of crazy words I'm throwing at you, but I'm trying to make sure you guys get it correct, and then make yourself a little staircase, a little stairway to get out. Boom. That's how you're going to make everything you need to sift all of your iron ingots into that chest. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel for this type of content, man. Do you hear the music? The energy we're providing? I mean, come on, man, it's crazy. Now, that is done. This part is pretty much over with, all right? Oh, I mean, other than we got to put an iron block down, or I mean, a magma block, because this is gonna be what sifts the actual iron into it. So then you want to make sure you turn around diagonally from the iron block, put another thing of water, and that's just gonna make sure it sifts into that corner, so it goes inside your iron hopper. Put 2 buttons on each side. I don't know why this is the way it is. The video I followed was just, that's how you're supposed to do it, okay? So make sure you're putting 2 buttons on each side, opposite of the magma block, and then boom, that part is done. Now we are about to begin the most difficult part of this entire thing. And what I mean by difficult, or one last thing you gotta do this thing, is just make sure you fill it with lava. It doesn't matter which corner, I believe. I just put it on the opposite side of the iron block, but it fills that up, and that's what's gonna fill the iron golem is gonna fall into that, die, and then give his iron into that. And that's what's gonna happen. So now from here, you wanna go on the outside of the square, build up 3 blocks, and then boom, you wanna make sure it looks just like this. Again, if you need to pause the video, if you need to rewind, if you need to do whatever you need to do, this is exactly how it needs to look. And you can fix this at a later point. It's not a big deal if you miss it right now, because you'll end up figuring out why it needs to be a certain way in a minute, or a couple of minutes actually. But it needs to be centered right above your little lava pit in the middle, your little sifter going into your chest. And as you can see, I'm counting them out, trying to make sure I'm all good. It should be exactly centered, and I think I missed one side, so I'm gonna end up fixing that later on. But here we go. Now this is very important. This is the most difficult part going forward. It takes the longest time, and it's not necessarily building the little pods that you're going to put the villagers in, but it's getting the villagers to your actual pods. So first of all, we got to make these things. So what you're going to do is you're going to build out 2 blocks from here, boom, boom, and then put your glass right there, boom, and then you can delete those 2 iron blocks or those 2 stone blocks, and you're going to build all the way to the end. All these little things all the way to the end, and it's going to be 1 extra past the end because you want to make sure that you have enough villagers to do it. Now you're going to build 2 up high, and you're going to skip 1, 2 high, skip 1, 2 high, skip 1. As you can see, it's right there for you to view. Don't hate the game or the player, okay? In this case, enjoy it all. Now you're going to put a back row of glass on this end. Now I used glass just because I wanted to make sure you guys can see everything. I'm pretty sure you can use whatever blocks you have, just because especially in survival this might be crazy difficult. But anyways, on the front end you want to make sure you have all these blocks, and then every other one where it's got a little space in between, put a block right in front of that, because that's where you're going to spawn your villager. If you're in creative, you can just spawn a villager egg right in between that. If you're in survival, you're gonna have to get creative with it, pun intended. But just make sure it mirrors the exact opposite sides. So you want both of these on each side. Now here's the challenging part. Now obviously, again, getting the villagers here, I recommend getting a minecart if you're gonna do this in survival, and just go to a village, get some villagers, and just minecart them all the way up here to your build. But in certain creative, it's super simple. Now the thing with these villagers is you got to make sure they're all standard villagers. Now the ones that we can't have are the green shirted villagers. So I think there's like 1 or 2 that are in here that I end up finding. Yeah, like this guy right here, green shirted guy right here, does not work. He's not going to work. So eventually I got to take him out and replace him with another villager. It cannot be a green shirted villager. So the next thing, you want to put blocks on top of their little spot. And how you do that is you build on one side, and then you got to just spam build on top of their head, because it just glitches sometimes. But in the end, this is how it's going to look. Again, the most difficult thing that you're going to do is getting all those villagers. Now this is what's going to make it to where they actually can stay and not die, is having beds. So you want to make sure you put down 2 beds right there, spawn all these beds, and all these little green sparkles should come up, meaning it's assigning itself to one of those villagers. And you need 20 of them if you're going to get all these villagers in this spot. And I think what ends up happening is I count them, and I'm like 4 short. So I got to end up making sure I put 2 extra on each side, just like I do here. Boom. Come on, boom. And that's, again, you're going to see the green sparkles, meaning that a villager is assigned to that bed. So again, this will correct your problem if you end up building the middle part wrong, because it's just got to fit all 20 beds in the middle. Now every villager is assigned a bed. Now you can just destroy the little blocks underneath to make sure that the iron golem doesn't get stuck under that. Now here is the challenging part. Again, I recommend doing fletching stations, fletching tables, just because they're easiest, but you need to give a workstation to every single one of these villagers. Now the tough part is you have to put down a fletching table on the very far corner of one of the sides, and that will sparkle green or change the villagers to a basic villager, is what you need. So you have to keep looking back and forth, going in between, and then as soon as you see that guy sparkling, you can go over to him, put a fletching table in front of him, and boom, it'll assign to him, and he will be good to go. He should change his feature, his look, and everything should change, and he should go right into being a worker for you. So what ends up happening after you work on that and get all of that done, all of that assigned, again, that's probably the longest process, is the villagers and assigning them to their beds, assigning them to their workstations. Once you do that, you are done. This is now a fully functioning iron farm. What's going to take place from here is the iron golem will spawn every so often, and he will provide you all the iron that you'll need forever on in your game. Amen. While we're finishing this up, I hope you guys really enjoyed the episode today. Got some not only entertainment, but some good value from it. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Leave a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you in the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Hope you tune in next time. See you next time. Peace.